Welcome, everybody, to another night of racing here. It's Monday night. That means the Xfinity Series of the Midwest Days of Thunder League is doing some old track racing tonight in these Xfinity cars. So we're at Charlotte Motor Speedway tonight, mile-and-a-half oval. Well, I guess you kind of call it a tri-oval. You got a short little front stretch there. But, guys, let's see here. We got about 18 cars so far. In the qualifying session. We still got a little bit of time left here. Hopefully we'll get a couple more drivers in here, but sure is good to be with you here on a Monday night. I'm Alan English, and join me in the booth tonight is Gary Sack. How you doing, Gary?
Pretty good. Hope it's gonna be a long one tonight. I'm hoping this goes by decently quick. Don't have too many cautions.
Down there on pit road as usual. Tonight is Adam Turner. How you doing, Adam?
Oh, good. It's zero fast repairs, 65% fuel. Yeah, it's only 80 degrees out on the track, so that's not going to play too much of a role. Midwest Days of Thunder Xfinity Series, sponsored by Joe's Design Shop. 150 laps, and I think we can all agree on the math. That's 225 miles, and that, like Gary said, it's going to be a long one. I love this track. I think it's really fun there on the front stretch where it just anything can happen down there. And super fast track, high banking. This is really what NASCAR is all about.
Well, it's kind of, they call it NASCAR's home track pretty much. I mean, it's right there in Charlotte, North Carolina, where all the shops are and stuff. And just a very, very popular, it's very old school kind of roots track for NASCAR. It's kind of been the standard. They used to have the All-Star race there all the time. But yeah, coming out of turn 4, it's one of those weird kind of deals where it's kind of straight for a little bit and it kind of kinks, and it's kind of tricky coming out of 4. That wall will kind of come out of nowhere on you. So a lot of guys probably practicing coming off of 4. That's always been my hardest part of this track every time I've ever raced here, was trying to get my exit off of 4 where I didn't go up and pancake the wall.
Yeah, it's almost like it tightens up. The track tightens up, even though it doesn't technically. But if your neighbor isn't running the same line, or he gets out of line a little bit, he could push you up the track, or as those tires wear down, you start pushing up the track there as well, and that's where we see a lot of stuff happen. And hopefully we don't see too much tonight. You have zero fast repairs, so there's not much you can do when you crash one of these things going 170 miles an hour.
Yeah, even if you're only too wide coming off of 4, I mean, it's still difficult to figure out how far you can slide up. I mean, the geometry of the wall and the lines and everything is kind of deceiving. But if you put in enough time here, you put in enough laps, you'll get the hang of it. But over there on YouTube, we already got some folks chiming in. Farmer Joe's Chickens. We know that guy. That's old Joe Archer up there, who's also the title sponsor with Joe's Design Shop. Go check out Joe's Design Shop on Facebook if you need a car painted or company logo designed, anything like that. Definitely go check him out on Facebook. That's Joe's Design Shop. And while you're on Facebook, you might as well go check out Farmer Joe's Chickens over there on Facebook as well. He's got a pretty awesome website for people looking to get into poultry and stuff from the ground up. Man, he's covering it all. He posts a lot of stuff on there too, so definitely check him out there.
They got anything about chicken fighting? No,
that's pretty illegal in most places now, I think.
Oh no, that's
was the last ones to do that.
No, they still do it. I mean, it happens all the time. It's illegal now. Well, regardless, it's probably a different website, not his.
Gary, you may want to check your overlays.
Yeah.
The upper left doesn't look right.
Yeah,
Tommy
I'm fixing that right now.
Tommy Stanley joining us on YouTube as well, pulling for TMJ Motorsports.
I always like to think of Joe up in the frozen tundra with zebras and ostrich roaming.
I mean, it's still cold up there right now. I think there's still, daytime temps in the 20s and stuff. He's in
What?
Upper Saskatchewan. Yeah.
Oh my
They're
goodness.
still getting a lot of freezing weather and stuff up there. And look at us down here. It was 80 down here today.
Oh yeah, man. It's been nice. This is the time of year I think everybody loves. Really nice weather, but we got nice weather on the track too. It's 80 degrees on the track. Should be really good and grippy. Should be a fun one and a long one. So y'all are gonna have to hang in with us. We may run out of all our great commentary at some point.
Well, it looks like we're gridding up. Let's go ahead and take a look at where everybody qualified at. Like I said, 18 cars, and that's what we're going to have here. I'm not sure how many of those are admins, maybe a couple, but we'll go ahead and run them all down anyway. And we're going to start with the front row here is the 81 of Davey Hendricks. Won the pole here today with a qualifying time of 30.597. It's 0.2 faster than the second place car of Greg Klein in that number 92 Fat Guys Burger Bar machine. He'll finish, or he'll start the race in second. Tim Harmon, his angry idiot teammate up there in the 73, will start in third place. In fourth will be the 31 of Alan Slider Dixon. The 24 of Francisco Villarreal will be starting in fifth place, with the 113 of Eric Warman to his outside. Jason Ricketts in the 1 will start 7th. The 27 of Red Stick Mike Simone will start 8th. Ethan Flanagan will start in 9th. And Chicken Man Joe Archer rounds out your top 10.
6 is Tony Fry. He's going to be 11th. 88 Rob Nickel, 12th. 98 Isaac Degner, 12th. 13th, I'm sorry. Number 7 Thomas Stanley, 14th. Looks like we have Stephen Davis, 15th. Michael Giberson, Derek Schimmel, and Michael Gerby rounding it out. We'll see how this thing turns out as they're already getting ready to go to green here.
Hang off. I'm ready if you guys are. For
Might as well.
225 miles here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. 81 leading the pack down here with the old school throwback Mac the Knight paint. Remember that from the old McDonald's commercials. That guy's machine on the outside. Here we go. Pace car is down. It'll be a quick green here. Hit the restart zone. Green flag's out. Here we go. Racing at night at Charlotte. I love these Xfinity cars. The 81 got a really good jump right there. The inside line, Tim Harmon just didn't look like he went at all. The 92 will slip in behind Hendricks, and the 31 of Alan Dixon will slide in behind the 92. So single filing up front. Starting to single file all the way through the pack here. Kind of a smaller pack tonight, isn't it, Adam? So, guys maybe giving each other a little bit more room.
Well, they should.
Green flag runs here.
Yeah, they should, as we have such a long race tonight. This is literally half of the All-Star race, right? I mean, 500 laps. So it's half of that.
We're doing 150, so.
I mean, 500 miles.
Thinking in Louisiana conversion.
Yeah, I just listened to you got the slide rule out and all that. Yeah, a couple guys too wide up here. Looks like Ethan Flanagan and whatever number he is, with Joe Archer on the inside. Yeah, it doesn't match the paint. What's the deal with that? Yeah. Jason Ricketts, Harmon,
They
Warman,
and that out by now.
Warman and Villarreal had a little battle. Villarreal staying on the inside. Looks like he's gonna pass him there. So a little bit of racing early, but I think it's a matter of saving your tires at this point.
Francisco, one of our resident Road to Pro guys, he's put a lot of miles in here, and we've seen him kind of ramp up the aggression here in Mdot Xfinity Series. He's almost always one of those guys to watch for sure, as he makes another pass here. Hendricks and Klein still leading this thing with that Coke Zero sugar machine. Alan Slider Dixon in third.
I don't know what happened to Jason Ricketts, but back bumper's got quite a bit of damage, so that may slow him down a little bit here.
I'm having problems with my scoring stuff, so I'm not going to be able to see it, I don't think. But IO, I think is it IO or LO? I can't really tell. Joining us over there on YouTube, pulling for Chicken Man Joe Archer. He said Joe still got 2 feet of snow in his front yard. Good night.
Well, how do the chickens last in the snow?
They don't. He's got indoor facility, man.
Oh my gosh, it's a real
Indoor.
professional operation.
Yeah.
My neighbors have them like in a little, one of those barns you get from the Lowe's, and put some fake chicken wire up. You could.
You
He
can't
sounds
do
like
that
he's
way
not.
over
He's not doing it that way, huh?
That'd be frozen chicken.
Well, like an abandoned trailer where you turn it into a chicken coop. That's the kind of stuff going on around here.
Hendricks continues to stretch that lead out. Looks like he's got about 10 car lengths on second, who is now Francisco Villarreal as he passes Dixon and Klein to pick up second. Man, he's on the move quick tonight.
Yeah, Francisco up 3 spots so far from where he started. We're only on lap 7. You think he burned up his tires already trying to make some of those passes, or you think he's still got some tires left on there?
Oh, I don't know what you think about it, Adam, but that's a good question, Gary. But I think Francisco knows how hard he can push it for how long.
Yeah,
Or maybe he's counting on a caution. You never can really tell.
He's a pretty savvy driver. You don't get into the road to pro by being some driver like Alan English. You have to be pretty good at it. So I think he knows what he's doing, and probably just kind of pacing with Davey at the moment. It's still way too early to start fighting for positions too hard, but you definitely want to stay as close to the front as you can, because we are kind of filing our way out. Looks like quite a bit down the track.
Yeah, there is a lot of room between these drivers here, for the most part. No, I still don't have any live timing, so. I don't know what's
Let
going
me
on with
try
that.
sending you the link again, see if that'll...
Yeah, I have
Help
wide
it.
timing. I don't know what's wrong with you.
Well,
You must-
which one is it? There's like 3 different
The
ones.
it's
different
capital
capitalization.
M, lowercase dot.
Got it.
Man, you're getting cranky over there. It's the Mike Joy.
I've entered it like 10 times, and I'm like, I don't know which one it is. Thank you for that. I'm all caught up now.
Yeah, it's behind us. You get behind the curtain here. Get to see all the stuff going on. There's actually a little bit of work that's put into it. And Gary's doing most of it right now, so thank you, Gary.
No problem.
Tommy Stanley saying number 7 for last place. Ooh,
Yeah,
It's him.
looks like he's
calling
accomplishing
himself-
that. He's accomplishing it
he's
right
doing
now.
It so far, yeah. 12 seconds off the leader. As these guys spread out more and more, but yeah, I think you're right. Francisco's just kind of keeping pace with Davey Hendricks right now. Just staying within striking distance, but not trying to overdrive his car if he doesn't need to. But Davey's watching his mirror. He definitely knows that Francisco is there. He's watching that relative as well. Said, well, he's 2-3 tenths behind. He's going to keep an eye on that gap for sure.
Yeah, and this is almost a technical track, really. I mean, you can't just flat out hold the
Right.
pedal to the metal the whole time. So your lifting points and stuff like that change as your tire wear changes. So there's a lot that goes into this. It's not just turning left and going fast. There's a little bit of brain power here, and these guys are trying to sort it out. Looks like Ethan Flanagan's trying to make a pass probably here, and whatever number he's driving in the purple Vanatech machine. Well, looks like he got passed himself by the 96 of Derek Schimmel.
Eric Schimmel, of course, racing down from the Cup Series, where he's the team owner of Super Serial Racing. So racing in the Cup Series tonight. A lot of these guys, Cup drivers as well, racing down several races. They can't race down every race, but they can a few times to help their team get some points and whatnot. But Greg Klein, another one of those guys, driving down here in the Xfinity Series. We're a Cup regular. Mike Simone, same deal.
Yeah, Red Stick Mike and Greg are having a little battle. It's third and fourth place. Red Stick's pretty much keeping pace with Greg Klein and that Fat Burgers. What is that? The
Fat Guys Burger Bar
Fat Guys Burger
up
Bar.
there in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yeah. Good battle. Not much really happening out on the track so far. I guess we got Rob Nickel, 88, Flanagan, and the 96 of Derek Schimmel going to get into a little skirmish here, it looks like.
And meanwhile, Francisco's kind of let the 81 go, letting the 81 just take off there. Francisco kind of managing the gap behind him now. Just heard somebody scrape the wall, didn't see who it was. I heard that telltale sound, the iRacing wall scraping sound we're very familiar with.
Yeah, we got some guys bunched up here. Rob Nichols hit the wall, come down, watch him. He's 88, has lost control.
Oh, yellow's out.
And that started with looked like the 88, Rob Nickel. Coming out of 4. Somebody came up on him, though, looks like almost. Degner. 98 and 88 kind of got together.
Well, that'll bring around our first caution, which will bunch everybody back up here for a restart. 20 laps or so on these tires now. What do you think the leader's going to do here? You think we'll see everybody just come down and get 4 new ones and top off with fuel and start over?
I think we've got a long enough run in here. 20 laps around. I think a bunch of people will be coming into the pits to get fresh tires. I know that's what I would do, especially if I were towards the back right now.
Yeah, I think you need to. It's still early on in the race. Nickel was on his roof, I think still driving around, but huge amount of damage to the 88.
Yep. Sorry I haven't been talking too much, trying to fix some stuff behind the scenes.
Hey, man, that's important. It don't matter how much we talk if the folks can't see us good or something else is wrong. But that's why we got you here, buddy. You know what you're doing.
And it looks like everybody is coming down pit road. I believe we'll see everybody take 4 tires and fuel here. I was talking to Eric Warman before the race, and he was telling me that the fuel run here goes to, you can get 60 laps on a tank of gas. So this pit stop, if we go green, should get them to around lap 80.
That's good information to know.
Yeah, that takes a little guesswork out of it, doesn't it?
Yeah, because I wouldn't have had a clue, to be honest with you. I mean, 65% fuel. Good thing these guys are out there giving us insider information, at least giving it to Gary. That way we know what the heck's going on.
Let's see here, desktop.
Choose rule here. It looks like Davey's going to take the outside, so
There you go.
that'll be his option. The front row, I think, is the only one who gets to use the choose rule here in the Xfinity Series Midwest Days of Thunder.
That's interesting. Do you think he has a better run off of the top on restarts?
I don't know. He may just be
He
bored.
may.
I don't know.
Yeah, Davey's one of the guys. He might just decide, well, let's try it once and see how it works. He's one of those cats that we talk about. Pretty damn good everywhere. Gary, I sent you that thing I was telling you about, by the way.
Alright, thank you. Let me go get that set up.
We can hit that, I guess, at the next caution if you want to. But right now, it looks like lights out there.
Yeah, lights are out.
On the pace car coming down the backstretch. So choose rule. Let's talk a little bit about it while we got a second. They're doing it in Cup and Xfinity right now. And it's only for the first row because iRacing hasn't implemented this deal that they have in real life Cup racing yet. But they are letting the front row, they're letting the leader choose inside or outside. Good or bad?
No, I don't. It doesn't really bother me one way or the other. I think it throws a little interest into the restart, for the top two guys.
Yeah.
But as the pace cars down on the pits, getting into that Geico restart zone, see how good a start we have with these two up front. Here we go. Both of them got a really good jump. Looks like Francisco got a little bit better jump than the 81 of Davey Hendricks. Greg Klein sticking with him closely. Dixon and Red Stick Mike Simone and Eric Warman right there in the mix as well. Looks like Red Stick is making a move. He's going to stay high, and they're just kind of single filing out now.
I think Davey's thinking to himself that might not have been such a great idea taking that outside, because that gave Francisco the lead on this restart.
Well, another thing, too, it might be some study material, because, Davey knows how fast Francisco caught him. And maybe by riding in second here, he could see how Francisco did it as the 31 got loose and went down and hit the inside wall. We're staying green here. He's back up on the track.
Is it just me, Turner, or does English sound kind of like a robot for a bit during that?
I haven't heard him sound like a robot.
Hopefully my internet's still strong here. We're still a ways from the storms, so.
Oh, he sounds fine to me, Gary. Maybe that's the computer. From Louisiana to Michigan. Derek Schimmel, he lost it. Pushing it too hard.
Same exact thing we saw out of the 31 the previous lap. And those guys did get new tires. The tires still might not be completely warmed up here. Francisco Villarreal with the new fastest lap of the race, a 30.69. So he's moving.
And I believe he's pulling away from Davey Hendricks as well. But Davey's still staying within that 3-second bubble where if Francisco makes a mistake, Davey could take advantage of it.
Yeah, but the only thing we got going on right now is Joe Archer, 56. Every time.
Oh, there it goes.
Yeah, he was having a battle there.
And
that's 69. A Gervy involved in that.
Yeah.
Took a shot from the 31. 69, losing it again.
Oh, that's going to bring the yellow out.
He just collected the 7 of Tommy Stanley.
Oh,
We're staying green because it's down off the racing surface, and there's no oncoming traffic right away. So we're going to stay green. 96 making a pass on the 31 of Alan Dixon. Derek Schimmel moving his way up a little bit.
Ooh, Gerby he is dead off right now.
Yeah, no fast repairs either, so he'll have to come in and get that repaired. Rob Nickel has manually disconnected.
I'm not surprised after spinning on his roof.
Yeah, I'll pretty much do it.
Yeah, he went on a wild ride on that last caution.
Well, luckily, go ahead there, English.
I was just going to say the gap right at 0.3 of a second between the 24 and the 81 for first and second. A little bit closer between the 92 and the 27. Well, it was. Here comes the 85 of Steven Davis trying to come around Joe Archer in the 56. And he'll get clear and complete that pass on the backstretch. Nice, relaxing race so far. Not for these guys, I'm sure.
This is
Watching
probably,
the old blimp cam, it's
probably tough
pretty
as you're
relaxed.
driving it, but for us, it's just kind of like, oh, okay. Well, seems calm out there anyway.
Let's see what they're talking about. Oh, they're on the YouTubes. I was still saying, congrats, Chicken Man, on your top 20 finish on this race. I knew you could do it. Some great math right there. And low is Buck, cheering on the Chicken Man. Thank you, sir. Now we got a name to put with the screen ID. Thank you, Buck, for being on here cheering on Joe Archer, the Chicken Man, who is the title sponsor here with Joe's Design Shop. If you need a car or truck painted for iRacing, get a hold of a graphic designer that knows what the hell he's doing, and Joe Archer's the man. Go check out Joe's Design Shop on Facebook.
Yeah, Kirby's still in the pits. Stanley is in the pits. Rob Nickel has exited the building.
Because of that, Tommy Stanley is not gonna. His prediction of himself being in last place is not going to come to fruition, as he's going to make at least one, maybe more attrition positions. So he will not finish last tonight.
Apologize if anybody heard anything on the stream in the background. I had my sister come into the room for a second. Had to ask me something.
Didn't hear a thing.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything.
I just keep my finger on the mute button in case a train comes by or something like that.
I want to hear the train. That would make me more excited right now.
If I could remember to do it, I need to make like a little graphic for our rally train. And that's when we'll highlight somebody maybe near the rear of the pack that really needs a rally to get going and make some positions and make something happen. That'd be a good little feature for the broadcast.
Yeah, look, you're always using that brain. Look at you go.
I'm trying to think of stuff to make it interesting because...
Well, on something like this,
Well, you get a low car count. I mean, you're going to get a lot of exciting green flag laps is what we got. But we need some time. We need to fill the time with something sometimes. And you can only talk about tire strategy so much. Whoa, Ricketts running the really high line. Coming out of turn 2, he was right up against the wall. And it looks like the 96 of Schimmel riding around on the apron. He may have another issue here.
27 of Mike Simone trying to get a run here on the 92 of Greg Klein. He was on his bumper for a little bit, but then he started to fall off.
Red Stick Mike Simone from down there in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
I'm going to ride on board here with Mike Simone while he's trying to make up a little bit of time on Greg.
Good, man. Every now and then it looks like he's trying to put that bumper just inside the left rear quarter panel of Greg Klein, but it can't quite make it stick. Keep it in there.
He needs like a crawfish sticker hanging somewhere maybe from the mirror, like a
Oh man,
crawfish or a sticker on his dash.
Hey, and look, the crawfish are good this year. They're good sized early.
It's that time.
They've been
Easter.
on point this year. Alan Brown watching over there on the YouTubes. Our good buddy up there in New Hampshire. Pulling for the 92 tonight of Greg Klein. Get a good finish tonight, buddy. Got a lot of people thinking about him today. His family's been through quite a tragedy. And Greg on here doing what I like to do when something bad's happened in your family. You just try to stay distracted for a little while.
Get your mind off of stuff.
Try to stay positive, kind of let the shock wear off. We'll talk a little bit more about that next caution here if we get one.
They're passing the 7 of Thomas Stanley, getting lapped by the leaders here.
Yeah, 81 and 24 starting to run into some lap traffic. Well, the good thing about... Go ahead. Sir.
Oh, Mike Simone making a move on Greg Klein to the inside. He got that run. He's going to try and make it on the front stretch. And looks like he's going to get clear and be able to complete the pass.
Yeah, Greg looked like he probably led him on through there.
You could feel the pressure, that's for sure.
Sorry.
No, you're good, man. That's a good call on the on-race action here, on-track action. I was just going to mention something about, being a low car count like this, and once they get really spread out, the leaders can see lap traffic coming for a long way. And it's not like at Talladega where we got a pack of cars and everybody's trying to figure out where they're going to go to get around lap traffic. It's pretty much, I think they tell these guys, correct me if I'm wrong, fellas, but I think they just tell them, hey, man, just hold your line and let the leaders find a way around you, because it can be kind of dangerous if you're that much off pace and you're trying to get out of the way of the leaders. Sometimes you can inadvertently come up into somebody or come down across somebody's nose. So I think a lot of these guys like Tommy out there, Tommy Stanley in the 7, just trying to hold his line and let the leaders find their way around you. You got to race smart, Yeah,
I think that's what needs to happen. Sometimes it doesn't happen. I think I've been passed a million times. You do get the panic mode sets in, especially when the leaders are headed your way. You just trying not to kill them, So it looks like they're doing a good job of it out there tonight so far.
Looks like the 6 of Tony Fry got into the wall there a little bit. Not sure how much damage he has.
Francisco just lost a lot of track position and was very slow and off pace. 81 got around him, and now the 7 started to look around him but couldn't quite make the pass. I didn't see what happened to Francisco there, but he lost a lot of momentum, a lot of position there.
I've kind of noticed something interesting there for a little while. I don't know if it's just this track, but for a little while it seemed like everybody was in groups of 2. They were all spread out, but they were all groups of 2 within like 5/10 of each other throughout the entire field.
Well, maybe they're just using some of that arrow, maybe on the backstretch to stay together and get a little bit more time.
Like
That'd
they
be
used to
my
run
only.
tandems with some of them older body styles. Well, 31 of Alan Slider Dixon on a great little tear there with a couple of really easy-looking passes. So the 31's moving up a little bit. He's still laps down, but...
Yeah, he just got some fresh tires.
Here you go, that's why.
He should be making a few moves, but he's sitting there, 3 or 4 laps down at the moment.
Yep. Justin Barkley chiming in over there on the YouTubes as well, saying, "Go get him, Red Stick." Pulling for Mike Simone in the 27. Got a purple machine today. Let's see let's see if I can see something about the sponsor on this one. Delaware Punch.
Yeah, what is that?
I don't know. That's the sponsor on that very, very purple number 27 machine.
27
Delaware
and the
Punch.
24 got into each other a little bit. Turns 3 and 4.
Ooh, Degner's coming down pit road. Almost lost it there. Wonder what his strategy is and why he's coming down a pit road.
92 and the Fat Guy Burger Bar machine has just come around Francisco Villarreal.
I think Francisco might have a little bit of right front damage because he is falling off a lot of time here.
Yeah, we did see when Francisco lost a lot of time, a lot of momentum. I did not see why. He might gotten into that outside wall just a little bit.
He does have a little bit of damage there on the right front, and I bet that's slowing him down.
I'll bet it is too. And at a bigger track like Charlotte, damage definitely plays a factor.
Yeah, his whole right side is kind of skinned up, so. Definitely slowing him down out there.
If we get another caution, though, I expect him to get all that damage fixed and get back up here.
Yeah, it's pretty cosmetic, most likely, so they could probably beat most of that damage out of it and get him back with almost 100% race car.
Isaac Degner has manually disconnected.
Oh.
And so has the 96 of Derek Schimmel. So both of those guys out of the race.
You gonna have anybody left? Is this like Hunger Games? You know, people just start fading away.
This guy's finding out here. Mike Simone's still 2 seconds or so behind the leader, Davey Hendricks. Greg flying right on the backside of Red Stick Mike Simone. Chicken Man Joe Archer, not too far behind there, but he's a few laps down right now.
But he is flying because I believe he came into the pits at lap 36 for fresh tires, so he's going to fly by these guys here soon.
Yep. Only Isaac Degner has newer tires, and of course he's now out. I take that back. Stephen Davis in the 85 just pitted for new tires 4 laps ago. So as these guys click off laps here, everybody on the lead lap got brand new tires at lap 19 during that caution. How long do you push and hope for another caution before you come down and get 4 fresh Goodyears? I mean, these guys got to be getting pretty close on fuel here the next 10 laps or so.
With how spread out everything is, I'm taking it easy and just running it till it's empty. Save as much tire as I can, not lose too much time.
32 of Giberson is in the pits. 4 tires and fuel for the 32. Ukrainian machine out there supporting Ukraine and the craziness that's going on right over there right now with the Russian invasion.
The one
Actually, got pretty high up there in 4. but able to keep it off the walls. He's right behind the Chicken Man, Joe Archer. Go ahead, sir.
The one in the 35 are coming in the pits as well. 4 tires and fuel for them.
Still waiting to see what the leaders are going to do here.
Well, I know Davey's just going to drive until he runs out of fuel, pretty
He's got
much.
1 lap of fuel left. Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be a shame if he came in before then, and a caution came out or something that kind of screwed him. But
Oh.
it's like Francisco Villarreal also coming down in the 24.
We got somebody chiming in that knows a little bit about racing. Says lap 65 if you can make it. That would be Alan Brown. He knows a little bit about racing.
Yeah. He's also a great road course driver, as we know, and a pretty damn good golfer.
Yeah, Alan Brown. He and one of his teammates, they've got a team registered for that endurance race that Midwest Days of Thunder is putting on that I was talking about last week.
Oh, that'll be a lot of fun, and that's part of the fun that goes on here at Midwest Days of Thunder. It looks like Davey Hendricks is coming into pit, so he couldn't make it to
Started.
65.
Red Stick is coming, and so is Greg Klein right behind him.
Yeah.
Well, Buck's saying, come on, Chicken Man, get them laps back. He needs at least a few cautions here to make up those laps, because he is shown, I think, 5 laps down at the moment.
Barkley was saying, look it up. I think he's talking about the Delaware Punch. I did look it up, and I have seen it before.
I couldn't really find out much about it. It's like grape soda or something.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's some knockoff, something that, your neck of the woods, they got it. That and Chiwis. You're not from Louisiana. You don't know what a Chiwi is.
Francisco almost got into the back bumper of Ethan Flanagan. Had to check up to avoid it, though. That was a close one.
The Chiwis, I think that's the, is it the Flamin' Hot?
It's just a knockoff. It's any
Flamin'
Cheeto.
Hot
It's
Cheeto.
any Cheeto. That's what y'all call it down there. Chiwis.
Jeez. I
Yeah.
have heard that.
I love the things in Louisiana that you just learn, being in there quite a bit, going to places down there. You know, when you go to the fair and there's the little spinning thing, and it's got like, you're kind of in a cage, individual cages, and they spin there. I don't know what they're really called, but in Louisiana, that's called a squirrel cage. Don't get on the squirrel cage, you're going to throw up.
Yeah. Especially after a whole bag of Chiwis. As
Yeah.
we've got some guys with new tires and guys with some old tires out here. A little bit different speeds here. Stephen Davis, we mentioned him a little while ago. He is back on the lead lap now. Was he ever off the lead lap? I think he was. Anyway, the 85 came for tires on lap 48. Got the oldest tires on the lead lap right now. Well, not a whole heck of a lot of bunching up. So we're just over a third of the way through this thing.
As
Go
we
ahead.
were going into the pits there, where I was talking about Midwest Days of Thunder, and you mentioned that endurance race. They do a money race every month. You start in ARCA or trucks. You can work your way to Xfinity and Cup if you want to. Cool progressive leagues, lots of teams, stuff like that. It gets really competitive but fun, and these guys help each other out. I think it's a pretty good group. If anybody's out there looking for a racing home, check out Midwest Days of Thunder.
They've always got something going on too. If it's a dirt race or, a truck race or a fun race that's not for points, not on the schedule or anything, they'll just, if they get enough interest, enough guys are messing around over there on the Discord, they'll say, hey, let's do a fun race and throw up. And a lot of people get in there and join that. So yeah, it's a fun league. There's always something going on, and racing most days of the week. Like you mentioned, the progressive part of it is is pretty awesome, and the team concept deal that they have over here is pretty great as well. So, you ever thought about getting into iRacing? You can spend as much or as little as you want on it. That's what, $10 a month or something, just a subscription fee, and then a little bit more to license tracks and stuff. But, yeah, if you got steering wheel and pedals, I mean, it's a blast.
And while we're talking about Midwest Days of Thunder, I'm gonna go over what we got going on for the rest of this week. In trucks, tomorrow, I'll be up in the booth with Isaac. They're doing Martinsville, it looks like. ARCA on Thursday. Isaac's up in the booth. I don't know who's going to be with them on Thursday. They're doing, it looks like Charlotte, so same track as we're running tonight. And Friday, you guys in Francisco are up in the booth for Charlotte as well, in the Cup Series.
Oh, it's a Charlotte kind of week.
That it is.
Like it. Yeah, it's going to be, next week, though, is going to be a bear. Because we've got, at least I know the Cup Series is going to Charlotte Roval. So I don't know if the other series are going to go there or not. I have to check the schedule.
I believe every series except for trucks.
So I think they're going to have to do that during the day. I think I saw it mentioned. Somebody said that it was maybe scheduled for night, but there's not really enough lights on the inner part of the road course, the Roval course, to see very well.
It may make it more fun, actually.
It might be. I think Barkley or somebody had said on Discord, he said, hey, you got to map your headlight button, you know? Not sure that really works in these. That made me laugh, though.
I just bring a flashlight with you. You'll make it around.
These guys not looking at another pit stop for quite a while. And it seems like everybody's pretty much got a handle on these cars. Here comes Flanagan around the 24, trying to make that pass in the quad oval, going into one. The 24 pinching him down low, trying not to give him too much room there. A little activity in front of him though here. That looks like the 85 of Steven Davis. Got a little loosey gun on the apron there, but he stayed out of the way.
Yeah, and he's a lap down too, so I believe he was just trying to let Flanagan and Francisco get by him, not try to hurt their battle they're having.
Yeah, it's probably the best battle of the race so far. It looks like Francisco might have just given up there and maybe pull the old switcheroo here.
He crossed him over right there. Looks like he's not done playing. Francisco definitely wants to put the pressure on. Yeah, man. Roval next week, Cup. That's gonna be an adventure. That's always one of those ones you think, man, why are we here?
That's the one where you got that emoji where you put your hand on your face.
Yeah, the face palm.
Yeah, that's it. That's.
At least there's an off week right after, because I'm pretty sure Tempers are going to probably be flaring after that race.
I bet Tempers will be flaring after Friday night's race here at Charlotte. Just have a feeling.
Well, and the car count is liable to be a little higher. So, because think about it, we got a lot of guys right here that are full-time at Xfinity, like Hendricks and a bunch of others, and Francisco as well. But when the Cup guys get there, you're going to see a lot of these guys familiar names from Monday because they raced it today. They raced down to the Xfinity race, and they're going to race the Cup race on Friday. So they're already going to have 225 miles, 150 laps of experience under their belt, plus what they put in practice. And it looks like Steven Davis has manually disconnected, so the 85 will be parked for the remainder of the race as well. He went a few laps down and just wasn't his night.
It's different car, Xfinity versus Cup, but you're still getting the feel of the track, and having other cars out there with you. So it's definitely helpful to, if you're a Cup driver, race down in this race here tonight.
Alan Brown busted out his calculator up there and said, pitting at lap 105 with some saving might get you to the end, but it's going to be close. So that's under green flag conditions, I'm sure. A yellow coming out at any point here definitely enable these guys to hopefully get in on one more stop. Well, if the yellow comes out, they'll probably come down for 4 tires anyway.
Right.
That'll make it a 2-stop race if it happens before lap 105. Thank you, Mr. Brown, for the info.
Well, we'll be back in the booth with Brown tomorrow night. Our
Yes,
team,
sir.
HCK Beagles Racing League. That'll be a fun one, too. A lot of racing on the tube tomorrow night.
Yep, tomorrow night with Mdot and HCK going on. And then Wednesday night with the Vigilante Racing League over with us. And then is Wednesday a night off?
I believe so. I think they've got a fun series, but that race is not that series is not broadcasted.
But it might be fun to join in.
That it might be.
So it looks like 10 cars still on the lead lap. Jason Ricketts in the one machine. Your final guy on the lead lap. He posted on Facebook, I don't know if it's yesterday or today, went down there to the pool room for a cheeseburger. You know, that place down there in Georgia where Bill Elliott used to win, they had like a siren outside that they would run up. I guess people that didn't watch NASCAR probably thought, oh man, I hope the damn tornado ain't coming, you know?
I hadn't been to that bar room. I've been to
Oh, I haven't
many.
been down there either. Dawsonville, Georgia. Can't say I've ever been to Dawsonville.
Sounds like a fun place to go to.
I bet it is. I'm sure it's one of those bucket list things, especially if you're a Bill Elliott or a Chase Elliott fan. Because now they run the siren every time Chase Elliott wins.
Francisco is
Francisco
in the
the
wall.
Oh
Yeah.
man, that was kind of a tough little hit there in 3. Oh man, Francisco Villarreal in the 24, still hanging on to a top 5. That is not where he wanted to be.
Yeah,
Tires,
I
man, they're
wonder
just
what
ate
happened.
up.
Yeah, tires. You think there?
I think so. I mean, it's just been because Francisco's been running a little bit more aggressive, driving on these tires than a lot of the guys in the field. And no caution equals, you're stuck with these tires for a while. But hey, you're still on the lead lap. There's a lot of things that can happen between here and the end, especially if we get a caution and bunch this stuff back up. There's no telling what these guys can do, even if he does have a little bit of aero damage. Jason Ricketts has manually disconnected, so he is done for the night.
Man, we're losing.
Well, there's quite a few there's no fast repairs here, so you know that if you do get, some significant, wheel damage or, engine damage, fill in the blank there, that that requires a load of required repair time,
Well,
sometimes you're just better off just
what it
calling
looks
it a
like
day.
to me, Francisco's coming down. Looks like to the pits. But what it looks like to me is what I would think of like a Saskatchewan highway at about 3 in the morning. Just kind of,
Empty.
yeah, not much going on. That's kind of where we're at right now with it's like 10 guys still running.
Speaking of Saskatchewan, that's where our buddy Joe Archer lives, up in Hudson Bay, Saskatchewan. He is the title sponsor for the Mdot Xfinity series with Joe's Design Shop. Go check out Joe's Design Shop on Facebook. You got an idea for a company logo? You want an iRacing car painted? You know, whatever you need, graphic design wise, Joe can hook you up. So look him up. Joe's Design Shop on Facebook. Also check out Farmer Joe's Chickens also on Facebook. He's got a YouTube channel now too. Farmer Joe's Chickens. But he
I'm
links the
gonna
videos through the Facebook page. So
I'm gonna
kind of cool,
go
man.
check that out right now while we're doing this.
Learn a little bit about folks, homesteading and getting into raising poultry. And really is fun. I did that when I was a kid in South Texas. We raised chickens. So.
That was for fighting.
No, it was not.
Oh,
Eggs and meat, man. Eggs and meat.
so how do I get to this? Oh,
Well,
yeah,
you better let him go.
yeah.
Are you going to be taking an even longer break to clean up after?
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, we kind of get the thing to ourselves now. We can talk
Yeah.
about whatever we want to.
Well, I mean, I can go down the Florida Man page if you want. I mean,
Florida Man page.
where do you want to start? I got lots of thoughts on stuff. Usually controversial.
Yeah.
Let's see what's happening in the world today.
We are coming up on halfway in this race. Hendricks with about a 5-second lead on the 92 of Klein. And 2 seconds behind him, the 27 of Red State Mike Simone. Flanagan, 5 seconds, 2 seconds. So a lot of cars really stretched out right now.
Hunter Biden has got himself a Malibu compound / crack house.
Oh,
That's nice to know. What else we got going on here?
I heard they were sending in some of those big, the big Chinook helicopters with big nets to haul the rest of his money out of Ukraine before the Russians got it.
Yeah. Don't worry, he's got that somewhere. He had to spend it on other things.
Illicit, yeah.
Yeah. No, we'll go fully into it.
Yeah, right.
You know.
But I've heard you could smoke it out of a light bulb. Somebody told me that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, or pretty much a foil, Coke can, whatever. Just looking around.
Looks like Michael Giverson's coming into the pits right now.
Yeah.
4-tire stop.
That'll put him the first car 1 lap down. Here comes Ethan Flanagan as well. In the pits. Caution's out. Right as Flanagan and Harmon come into the pits. Harmon, I think, was the cause of the caution.
Wow.
Barrels or something there, didn't he?
Take a look at it. Looks like it.
Looks like he was trying to back it off to get to pit road, and he might have locked up the brakes or gone loose, and he smacked the outside wall.
I'm sure we're going to see everybody go ahead and come down here. 4 tires and fuel. This will be short of Mr. Brown's predicted lap 105. Your last chance to split it. So they'll probably split between now and the end. That would put it around lap 120 or so, maybe. Yep, about lap 120 maybe will be your new halfway split point if all these guys come down. And it looks like Hendricks is going to lead them all down. So Hendricks, Klein, Flanagan, Warman, and Fry come down to hit their boxes.
Tim Harmon coming down as well.
Let's see if you can get that thing fixed.
Francisco Villarreal has manually disconnected.
Man. Oh, man. Well, the Florida man calls 911 multiple times. He asks deputies to bring him ice cream and liquor. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Sounds almost like Baton Rouge, man.
Yeah.
Kind of the same situation. And then Buck says, wow, Chicken Man, keep it clean, buddy. And top 10 is in the bag. Ready, got locked in on top 10. Locked in now on the top 15. Yeah, all he has to do is pretty much, well, he doesn't even have to finish the race, I think, and he's got a top 10.
380-pound Florida man hides meth in his belly button. That's a good one.
What?
You can't do that with an Audi, you know.
Let's see here.
Hey, since we're under caution, do we want to hit that one thing? about
Yeah, let me
everything?
get that picture here on the broadcast.
Let me know when you got it up, and we'll switch gears a little bit.
I'm gonna have to save it real quick.
Oh, that's fine. Take your time, buddy. So we got a lap or so, 2 laps.
I got one more for you before we get into serious stuff.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Florida man tries to get alligator drunk, gets bitten. Man,
Really?
real surprise. What a surprise.
See that one come.
Oh, man. Jeez.
Oh, those always kill me. Pretty good.
Oh, man.
So yeah, these guys are gonna have to stay out for solid 30 laps or so. Let's see, they'll restart at about 95. So yeah, start shooting towards maybe a lap 122, 123 is kind of a halfway if we stay green.
I've got
this deal.
the photo up.
All right, let's switch gears a little bit here. Put us on the 92 if you can.
Yep.
Greg Klein, good friend of ours for a long, long time. One of the first guys I knew in iRacing. Lost his brother today, his little brother. Greg's 10 years older than me, so he's only 51, 52, and his brother was younger than that. And, his brother RC passed away from colon cancer today, and it's one of those things. It's modern science, modern medicine can do a lot for you, but if you don't go get your colonoscopy done, it can't be detected. Really, it can kind of sneak up on you. So our hearts are with Greg and his parents today, as RC was his only sibling, and get out there. If you're over the age of 45, approaching 50, please do what you need to do. Go schedule a colonoscopy. Go get it done. I mean, it's covered by most insurance. It may not be the most pleasant thing in the world, but it doesn't take long, and they knock you out for it anyway. So, but please go get that done and prevent it. Greg's going to be running the Fat Guys Burger Bar paint for the rest of the season. His brother RC was a part owner at that establishment there in Tulsa. So if you're ever riding through Tulsa, stop by Fat Guys Burger Bar. tell them you know what? Go in there and tell them that you scheduled your colonoscopy. You know, they'll know what you're talking about. But hearts are with him today, and definitely heavy for Greg and his family as we get restarted here. Lap 95. Greg on the outside here. Davey Hendricks on the inside, just making a mad rush here. Really pulling away. Red Stick Mike Simone right behind him. Greg Klein right here in third. Tony Fry will be your car in fourth. Got a battle for fifth here going on. Eric Warman. And the 31 of Alan Slider Dixon. Whoa! The Flanagan getting moved there, it looked like. He caught a little of the chrome horn, as some of the old school guys used to say. Somebody got into the back of Ethan there on the entry of that corner. Alan Brown says, time to be aggressive now. No need to save tires with the new strategy. With everybody, trying to split this thing up. Now you can really push them tires hard. That's a great point, Alan. Go ahead, Adam. I didn't mean to step on you.
No, I'm just saying it looks like we are seeing some of that aggression come out here, and these top four guys are kind of going after each other a little bit.
Yeah, you kind of have to change your mindset now. Now that you can be more aggressive and really abuse those tires a lot more. See Greg Klein going to the inside of the 27 of Simone, making that pass look easy as he's putting a little bit more heat and aggression into these tires. He's got his eyes set on that 81. 6 of Tony Fry hanging tough back there in that Viagra Ford Mustang.
One guy that never changes his paint.
I like it's easy to spot him.
Yeah, you know where he's at.
Yeah, the 27's usually easy to spot too because it's always a new one. It's always colorful and
Shiny. Yeah,
this
one's pretty cool. I like this one.
He's a custom paint guy. Him, Greg, a bunch of these guys paint their own cars. Archer, of course.
Archer's still out there, 10th spot, man. He's gonna get a top 10 tonight.
Hey, Will.
Tony Fry looking to the inside of Mike Simone. He's gonna complete the pass coming into 3 and 4.
Mike's got a little issue or something because when the 92 of Klein went around him, it looked like it was just as easy as it could be. I can't imagine the 27's still trying to save tires too much. And they're going to have to pit again anyway.
2/3 of the way through this thing.
We've got 50 laps to go. Based on what Alan Brown's been saying in the chat, I don't think these guys are going to be able to make it to the end. Do you take the gamble and pit midway through, try to get fresher tires than a lot of these guys, and make up some time that way?
That's what we've been talking about. I mean, it's definite that you're not going to make it on fuel. If it does go green the whole way, a great strategy would be to split the stage, which would come at about split the stage. It's not a stage. Split the remaining laps, which would be about lap 122, would be the halfway point. But if you do that, and then something happens with all these cars getting on and off pit road, and a caution comes out, now everybody that pits behind you is going to have a couple lap newer tires, and that's going to make a lot of difference coming down to the end of this race.
Yeah, there's a lot of the things happening out there on the track that I'm just not seeing. Have you seen anything? Trying to see something.
I ain't seeing anything right now, unfortunately. Toy 7 and Red Stick Mike, he's trying to see if he can get back up to Tony to get that spot back.
See, the first 5 cars in this race right now separated by about a second.
Yeah, Florida man smashes 20 car windows, says Trump owes him $1 trillion. That's a good one.
That's not a good way to get it back, probably.
So many treasures down there in Florida. Isn't Barkley from Florida? Is this happening in his neighborhood, all this fun activity?
I don't know if that's Ocala part of Florida. That's probably like Panhandle, Florida. I think a lot of that stuff's around, probably around Fort Walton and Crestview. You know.
Well, I think it's pretty much all some part of Florida somewhere.
I can't put everybody in the same.
Why?
I mean,
Why not?
have you ever been to Miami? Miami's,
No, I don't go down there.
So Miami's like a different country compared to, like Crestview or, Pensacola or something. I mean, it's,
I've been down those ways. I just haven't been to
Tallahassee.
Miami. Been to all those.
And then Key West is like being on a different planet.
I want to go down there someday. That seems fun.
It's pretty, that's for sure. Some strange stuff that goes on down there.
Oh,
It's exciting.
Hemingway.
Yeah, the Hemingway.
Ghosts down there? Yeah.
The 6-toed cats and stuff that run around.
Well, I didn't hear about that one.
You didn't know about that? Hemingway cats down there?
Oh, I
Have
think I've heard
6
something. That's strange.
Well, Alan Brown coming over there on the YouTube saying, he says, as the youngest person I've ever known to have a colonoscopy, he says, get it done. Be honest with your doctor about your gut and your stomach problems. The prep for the procedure is the worst part. I mean, it's just, you drink the thing and it, you're sitting on the commode for a while cleaning it out, but that's so they can see what they need to see with that camera. But that's the worst part of it. Be, like he said, be honest with your doctor, be honest with yourself and your family too, because you don't want to be one of them guys that just goes too early when there's a chance that it could have been prevented. So good point on that, Alan. Thanks so much for the comment out there. And if by raising a little bit of awareness about this, if it'll convince somebody to go get it done that maybe been putting it off, it could save your life. It really can. So be honest with your doctor. Let them know what's going on. Yeah, it could prevent another tragedy. Well, we're about, let's see, about 15 laps outside of that splitting strategy. These guys still fairly close up front here. Spaced out some. The top 5 has now got about 4.5 seconds between the top 5 cars. A couple of small battles going on.
Yeah, there's a few in there.
Dixon and Flanagan, that is not for position, but staying close together, maybe taking a little bit of advantage of what you were talking about earlier about kind of running around in tandems, with a partner here, kind of working the draft just a little bit. Can help these guys. Can help Flanagan catch up maybe to Tony Fry, who seems to be running by himself right now.
And running by himself, Davey is kind of ho-hum running away with this thing, isn't he?
Ooh, Yahtzee. He's one of those guys that's kind of what he does when he gets out front. You might not see him again for a long time, at least until you get a yellow.
Hmm. How many cars we got out on the track right now, Gary? I'm trying to count them.
Uh, I'm not entirely sure. I don't think the live timing program we got tells me.
I think we got 10 maybe out there running around. I mean, that's the thing when you have zero fast repairs and you're pretty much done if you have a big incident. And that's kind of what happened, I think, with a few of these guys tonight. It's no fun running around here in a car that's all beat up. So, but that's part of the reality of racing sometimes. Well, let's talk about you, Gary. You got yourself a pretty good finish last week in the Cup Series, didn't you? At least that's what I heard.
Looks like everybody is spread out here once again. This is where I kind of wish we had the stages that we've got in Cup and Xfinity.
Yeah, bunch everybody back up a little bit. At least a halfway point competition caution may help out at a race like this.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you were with me, but didn't you place pretty well Friday night? What's going on? Second place, Dega?
Yeah, Friday night I think I placed pretty well. I feel like I could have gotten the win, but I didn't really want to wreck Kyra Darnell. If I would have tried to do a late block, we probably would have wrecked, and that probably would have cost both of us the race. I just wanted to race, try to get the win, and he just got the run to get outside of me.
Yeah. Nothing to be ashamed of, though. Fun to finish those races, just period. Those plate track races.
Oh yeah, and I'm very happy with that second place finish because I got a few bonus points during that race as well, and that's gonna really help because I've been until this week, I was sitting outside of the playoff bubble in the Cup standings. After Dega, that puts me up to P14. Granted, we still got Charlotte and Charlotte Roval, but that's going to give me a good boost to try to get up in there.
Heck yeah.
Brown saying over there on the YouTube that Davy's on a rail as always. Only a late styrofoam cup on the track can stop him. Or roll bar pad or whatever you can do here.
Or a goose flying in front of his car.
I mean,
it doesn't even have to be his. He could, if he's got a teammate out there, so say, hey man, have a spin back there for me.
well, if Greg had a teammate, he could do that. Hey, just crash this thing for me so we can get lined back up.
Harmon is his teammate. He is the last car on the lead lap. Mike Simone is in the pits now.
There you go. Tim can take a...
Right there, Tim. Get something.
Yeah.
Tim needs to take out old Davey.
Well, let's not do it that harsh. I mean, just take yourself out and somebody else that doesn't matter back there. And then...
Davey Hendricks just has one hell of a car again tonight.
And he's a hell of a driver. It looks like we got Tony Fry coming to the pits. Oh, and he almost spins it.
Yeah.
Coming into the pits.
Yeah, we saw him and Flanagan very, very close racing there for a short period of time. But here we go. Here comes that strategy starting to come into play as it's now the halfway point. if we stay green here, this will be the quote-unquote money stop. Buck says, he says, snap, top 10 is fading. Must put the chicken man on the barbecue. Or must have put the chicken on the barbecue. Where is Joe Archer right now? Come across start-finish line.
Sitting 10th place,
Well, in
right?
10th place. He can't go any lower than 10th now.
Oh, Stanley's still out there running around, I think.
Yeah, it looks like he is.
He's only a couple of laps down to Archer. Okay, well.
Yeah. Well, this is really turning out to be a real Monday, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. So on that note, I'm going to pour me a cold beer for Mr. R.C. Klein.
There you go.
Never knew the man, but if he's anything like his older brother, I'm sure he's one hell of a guy. A lot of heavy hearts up there around the Tulsa area right now. Broken Arrow, I think, is where they grew up or where they're from.
He's
David
coming on
Hendricks
down.
is in, and here comes Klein right behind him.
Warman stays out. He's going to try to get that bonus point for leading a lap.
Not a bad idea, as you might even look out and catch a caution. And like we mentioned earlier, have a lap or two newer tires than the guys are pitting right now. 32 cutting a little grass right there as he looks to make a little line right here on the 56 of Archer. Not for position, but unique line entering into a pass right there by going halfway in the grass.
Warman's coming
One
in.
of our
Pits.
DGR guys. Okay, Warman's going to pit. So Grumpy Gramps Racing. Definitely representing out there today in the Xfinity race here at Charlotte under the lights.
Next week at the Roval is going to be pretty interesting because I'm pretty sure next week is the cutoff for the playoff grid.
Well, I know some guys who will really like that. I know some guys who won't. One of them who I know he's looking at the... Oh, man, and here we go. Here's that caution we thought might come out during pit stops, and it happened.
What happened out there?
I do not know. I know the yellow's out, and guys are checking up. I did not see an off track. I did not see what went on there. I'm clicking through cars. I don't see. That might be your roll bar pad situation. But regardless, once everybody pits here, well, I think everybody is going to be good to go on fuel, except for maybe Archer, maybe Stanley. Guys that are a few laps down here, pitted back on lap 100 and 103. Fry, Flanagan, Harmon are coming in. I bet Archer and Stanley just go ahead and come in again probably anyway. They're the only two guys off the lead lap that are really fight for position here. Well, that's not true. Alan Dixon's a couple laps down from the lead here. But he just pitted, so
Yeah, I don't know what kind of strategy you'd have at this point.
Well, for everybody that's already pitted, I think we'll see most everybody stay out. The only guys I think we're gonna see pit are like Harmon right now for get a little damage fixed. Why not go ahead and pit, get 4 brand new tires, and go out there and finish with the best car and the best tires you can. Let's see what kind of mind games we get between. Well, no, they're already past pit entrance, so Simone and Hendricks are going to stay out here. From blimp view, sometimes I lose where I'm at on the track here. So Giberson's in. Dixon, Archer, and Stanley are in. We kind of thought they would come in and just go ahead and pit. But that's it. Everybody else is going to stay out on the track. Kind of surprised we didn't see Warman come in.
Yeah, Brown mentioned that.
Or Flanagan. Did he
Warman's having a great night. So he really is. The 113 Eric Warman. Isn't it the War Machine?
War Machine, I think, is what Mr. Brown was referring to him as for a while there.
Mind if I call this restart here?
No. Please
Gary,
do.
Please do. I'm going to go back to my Florida man search, so I'll be in and out.
Yeah, if Eric Warman, I don't know, man. I think if I was him, I maybe would have come in and just threw on 4 tires, maybe even 2. And, well, if you're going to lose that much track position, you might as well get 4 tires. Come back out and see what you can do.
Yeah.
With 5 or 6 lap newer tires, 10 lap newer tires in a couple of cases.
Mike Simone taking a bit of a gamble here as well. He's going to choose the inside, but I don't think he pit under that caution. So he's taking a bit of gamble for track position.
Yeah, the top 4 drivers have not pitted since before the caution here. I think that came out at 127-ish. I don't have to go back and look. But yeah, regardless, Mike Simone going to be starting on the inside, Davey Hendricks to the outside. 92 of Greg Klein and Eric Warman making up row 2.
We're going to be going back green with, I believe, 18, 19 laps to go. And here's, on this last run, this is where we'll see the guys on fresher tires possibly work their way up the field. As long as we don't have a yellow late in the race. As it looks like the lights are off on the pace car. Coming in the pits. And green flag is back out. Mike Simone getting the early jump on Davey on that restart. Davey's going to stay to his outside. Going to try to pinch Mike Simone down a little bit. He gave him room. Let's see if Davey gets the run here off of turns 1 and 2.
Alan Brown sent his trifecta bet, like if he was at the horse track. For the finish would have been Hendricks for the win, Klein in second, and either Simone or Warman in third. But there is a lot of racing left to do here. Things could really change up between now and the end of lap 150, or wherever we end this thing, because just in case we need them, I think we got a couple of green-white checkers in the back pocket here.
Oh, dear God. We don't need them.
Tony Fry got loose coming out of turns 1 and 2. He gave up a few positions, kept it going though.
So Davey with a quarter second on Mike Simone now. A couple laps after the restart. Greg Klein just set his personal best for the day at a 30.75. So did Eric Warman with a 30.92. These guys are not done fighting, that's for sure. Keep your eye on the 92 and the 113 of Warman.
Looks like 92 is gonna get around. Oh, 27 on the wall. They kept it going.
That wasn't pretty. I think we had some lifting behind, but now Greg Klein looks like he's going to take advantage.
Looking to the inside on the front stretch now. 27 way up high by the wall. 92 trying to make the lone line work. He is clear of the 27. Here comes Eric Warman trying to follow the 92's lead. Not able to get clear, or not able to get inside the 27's bumper there. Now he is going into the turns here. He's having a hard time making that car stick on the inside line. Here comes Flanagan right up behind Eric Warman's back bumper, now looking inside for the pass. And he'll slide up into the fender of Warman. No net code, no nothing going on there, so that was really, really close.
Yeah, now we're seeing some pretty good aggression out there.
Flanagan's going to try it again. Warman's going to hold his ground here as the front stretch, on the front stretch, rather.
Ooh, 27 slowing down.
Little pick action here as we're 3 wide going onto the back stretch. 27 kind of a pick for the for the 113 of Warman. He's kind of held up Flanagan for a second. Warman reaping the benefits of that. Comes back across the start-finish line with about 5 car lengths on Ethan Flanagan.
Not for long. Looks like Ethan's really pushing the limits of that Xfinity machine.
Xfinity cars, some of the most fun cars to drive, and some of the most exciting racing you'll see. I know you guys that have raced the trucks, and we've watched a lot of truck racing. It's really fun to watch as well. But I do think the Xfinity racing is more fun to watch than the Gen 6 racing. As we see Warman and Flanagan fighting again here. Warman inside of Flanagan going down the backstretch into turn 3.
Oh,
A lot of side-by-side action going on here.
sounds like Joe Archer crashed. I'm not sure what happened to him, but it popped up in my event box that he crashed.
Yeah, he's still in a wall somewhere on the track.
And he's jumping in the pits.
Might have had a toe there. Saw some side-by-side action going on between Tony Fry and the 27 of Red Stick Mike Simone. Red Stick Mike now getting past 4 position by the 32 of Michael Giberson, one of our GGR supporters, team members. 7 cars on the lead lap now. Davey with about 1.5 seconds on Greg Klein in the 92 Fat Guys Burger Bar machine. Looks like Simone's going to lose another spot here, but that's a lap car. Alan Dixon out there. Man, what a trooper. Dixon's been out there. Him and Harmon, Stanley, Archer. These guys are laps down. And they're still out there just trying to make attrition positions. I mean, when it comes down to it, every point is going to matter when these guys get into the playoffs here soon.
And how about that third two of Michael Giberson? Sitting P6 right now. Still got 8 laps to go, but he's up 10 spots. If he keeps this up, he'll get that most positions gained bonus point at the end of this thing.
Yeah, it looks like he's almost a lock for that. Keep moving on up a little bit. Looks like Klein has been passed by Ethan Flanagan, or they're still kind of battling.
It's not over.
Flanagan pitted on lap 28, and Klein and Warman pitted on lap 128, and Klein and Warman pitted on lap 125 and 126. So I believe Flanagan has the fresher tires and they're paying off. We'll see if he's able to catch Davey.
We kind of thought that might be the case, Gary. Good call on that, because we did talk about that some, about, hey man, when it comes down towards the end, 3 laps or so on tires, it's gonna show, and it's not gonna show until it matters, and all the chips are on the table as it is right now, and we got 5 to go here. Well, Buck joining us over there on YouTube says Chicken Man's headed for the coops to gather eggs.
Oh, he's still out there.
Eh,
Well, in the pits.
he's in the
he did-
pits getting fixed.
He's destroyed his car in that last incident.
Well, we thank you for sponsoring this race and this series, all the Monday night races. Sponsored by Joe's Design Shop. Need some graphic design work done? Give Joe Archer a shot, man. He's over there on Facebook, Joe's Design Shop.
Yeah,
He manually disconnects. So coming down to it, this race almost finished. Pretty tight up here for some of your secondary positions here. What do we
Yeah,
got?
third
We
and
got
fourth,
third
fifth.
through fifth. Even Giberson's got a shot. Here comes Tony Fry inside of Eric Warman. That's for 4th position. It looks like Tony's got it done. Maybe not quite clear. So they're side by side. That's going to give Greg Klein in the 92 a little chance to jump out away from him here. As long as those 2 guys are fighting behind you, you can try to run down the guy in front of you.
Looks like Warman got into the wall a little bit on that backstretch. Just kind of tapped it. White flag in the air for Davey Hendricks.
So as Hendricks takes the white flag, we're watching these battles behind him. Flanagan is a good 2.5 seconds back. The battle's going to be for 3rd and 4th here. As Davey Hendricks wins here at Charlotte.
No
Ethan Flanagan will
surprise.
pick up 2nd. And 3rd place goes to Greg Klein. Tony Fry and Eric Warman round out your top 5. Mike Giberson and Mike Simone working his way back up, finishing on the lead lap in 7th. And way to go for these guys that are a lap or 2 or 5 down. Tim Harmon, finishes the race in 8th. And Alan Dixon, right there, old Slider Dixon, finishing in 9th place. Good race overall for those guys. I mean, I know they didn't finish up as high as they wanted to, but they stuck with it. Hey, it's all about points. Going into the cutoff race that's coming up really, really quick. It's good to get as many points as you can.
I mean, just to make it through this, that's quite a feat at this point. That was kind of a rough one for some of these guys. Looks like our podium guys are up in the podium finish booth.
You ready to get this thing kicked off, Gary? We want to start with our 3rd place finisher.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and drag him up.
Hey, Greg, it's the guys up in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, I got you.
And we talked on length somewhat tonight up in the booth about your brother and how much he meant to you, and what can be done for guys out there that may have a similar issue, and what they can do to prevent it. And hey, man, this one's for RC tonight, isn't it? This 3rd place.
This was for RC. I was hoping to do a little better, but kind of bounce off the wall, come out of 2 there, kind of destroyed the car. But man, I'll tell you what, with all that's going on, if you're over 45, man, get a colonoscopy. It is way, way, way important. Catch this stuff early so it can be treated.
I've known a few guys that have had it. Adam, I know you have too. That if you can catch it, you can do something about it, but you have to take that step.
Yeah, his was just caught so late. It already moved, went to his liver and lungs real quick. So you got to catch it early to be able to get any treatment that'll be effective. But yeah, this was for RC tonight. Fat guy's been on the car the rest of the season. I mean, he was manager there, part owner. I mean, it was kind of his life there. So just feel bad for everybody. Been kind of a rough day.
Yeah, well, you got out there and tried to hopefully get your mind off it a little bit and try to have a little bit of downtime. Good on you coming out here, racing, and P3. That's a pretty damn good tribute here. That was a tough race tonight, and good job in finishing 3rd.
Yeah, it was a tough race, but it was really about just getting my mind off things, be able to focus on racing and on everything going on. So I'm happy with 3rd. I wanted better, but man, whatever. It's all in honor of our little brother. So
Hopefully, if we can get a bunch of folks to share and like this post and stuff like that, if we can get one person, who's between 45 and 50 years old, to take that step, go be honest with their doctor, about what's going on with their gut and stuff like that. Go take that step and go get it done, because I mean, it could save your life, and I just can't imagine what your family's going through. But man, you got all of us to lean on if you ever need anything, man. Definitely let us know.
yeah, I appreciate it, guys. It's rough, but just take it one day at a time from here, and hopefully get better. And like I said, get a colonoscopy. So important.
Well, good luck at the Roval, man, and we'll see you later this week.
Yep, I'll be here. Appreciate it, guys. Appreciate all you guys do.
Yes, sir. All right, up to I guess number 2. Oh, Ethan Flanagan in the 3557. I don't know what number he's driving anymore. It's different.
What's up,
But-
Ethan? It's guys up in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, I got you. And yes, the 57 for Xfinity and the 35 for Cup.
Okay, we get confused. We're old. But hey, you had a pretty good long run there at the end, and did those the fresher tires just help you out there at the very end of that race?
I mean, anything helped in this race. My car was this is by far the worst car I've ever driven at Charlotte, ever. And it was just tough all night. But, muscled it to second best as I could.
looking forward to next week. Got the Roval coming up. How are you on road tracks? And I mean, this is not an easy one either. A lot of the infield turns. This is built for sport cars, and we're gonna put stock cars on it. It's never easy, but are you putting in some extra practice? Or are you looking forward to it?
I'm putting a little bit of practice. I mean, road courses, they're not exactly my bread and butter, but I can be pretty decent on them. I mean, I finished third at, Laguna Seca in Cup, so I should be all right, I think. I'll try and get a top 3, but it depends on who's fastest. But, yeah, a little bit of practice.
All right, man. Well, congrats. Back in the Podium. We'll hopefully see you there next week. You got any shout outs or anything before we let you go?
Yeah, obviously my sponsors, FVR, CD Keys, just the usual, I guess. It feels weird because I haven't run well in the Cup Series at all, but in these Xfinity races, these one-offs, I think I've finished in the top 3, 3 or 4 times. It's been fun. Had a lot of fun in this series.
Well, good luck next week, and we'll holler at you later.
All right, thanks, guys.
You guys ready to talk to our winner tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Hey, Davey, it's the guys in the booth. You got us?
I do.
Man, talking about a great finish tonight, but really not surprising, as you've been very consistent and very dominant in the Xfinity series. We did see you take the outside line on one of those restarts. We were kind of wondering, what was your decision-making process on that? And we thought maybe you were just going to try to ride behind Francisco for a little while to kind of see what he was doing. Maybe he has a little study project there, but talk about that tonight. How'd things go for you?
Overall, the race was really great. It was longer than what we're used to, so that took some willpower to not be like, you know what, I just want to drop week, because 150 laps here seems like it lasts forever. But no, when I picked the outside, we were earlier in the race, and I figured I might as well try it and see how the car handled, whether it was loose, tight, how far I could push it. I would rather have found out then than like on the last restart, and I'm magically in a lane that I've never been in. I had already started on like the low side at the beginning of the race, and I got a good run, and I had the lead before we got out of 2, so I knew the low lane I could handle, but I really wanted to find out what the high lane was going to be like, just in case I needed it.
Well, I mean, it worked out for you. How hard was it to just keep your concentration? Like you said, it's a super long race. We were having guys drop out left and right, just due to mechanical issues and crashes and stuff. But how hard is it just to keep your mindset focused on hitting your marks at a track like this and such a long race?
I mean, it's not the funnest thing in the world. There were a couple times that I found myself driving in too deep and flying up towards the damn wall. But I mean, it's not as bad as what I would think it would be. Like at Talladega or Daytona, that's when you can really get bored. But if you check out too much here, you're quickly going to find yourself in the wall out of 2 or 4. Those snuck up on you real quick. But I tried my best to hit my marks easier on the tires. I definitely was not, or I don't think I really ever am a short run kind of guy. I like those long runs. I like saving tires. Is what I feel like I'm pretty decent at. But overall, I mean, it was definitely strenuous.
So looking forward to next week, and then, the aftermath into the playoffs. Who are the guys that you're looking in your rear view mirror for? Who are the big contenders? Who are the guys that you're worried about trying to knock you off the top of this this pile you're sitting on? Because there's a lot of guys that are trying to pick up every point they can just to try to get as close as they can within striking distance of you. Who are the guys that you're worried about the most?
For the full-time Xfinity guys, I think the two that I think are the quickest that give me a good run for my money every week are Grosso and Francisco. I feel like, I mean, if I even have a mediocre race, they're both going to get past me. Warman is probably the most consistent guy, I think, in this series. He finishes like top fives, top tens very consistently, has a win under his belt. I mean, I think tonight he was fourth or fifth or something like that. So, I mean, especially if you get to the playoffs, I mean, if you have one bad race and before the cut line, you're done for. So something like that, being consistent, always finishing in top five, top 10 can go a real long ways once we get to those playoff races.
Well, good luck to you the rest of the way. You got any last minute shout outs or anything you want to get out there before we let you go?
Gotta thank Simon. Appreciate him racing with me. It's not often I get teammates to race with me in Xfinity, so it's cool to have him in there. We had a fun little duel on one of those last restarts. That was great to do. Um, Admins for putting all this on, Tabor for running the league, you guys for Are You Doing the Booth. I love watching this stuff the next day. Everyone that comes out and watches, the drivers that show up week in and week out, and Joe for sponsoring the Xfinity series. Appreciate him. I think that's it.
Well, man, congrats, and we'll see you next week.
Yep. See y'all later.
Good deal, man. Finish this thing out. It was a survival of the fittest out here tonight.
That it was, and it was a long race. 150 laps, but went by pretty quick. We only had 2 cautions in the race, I'm pretty sure. So it was a good one.
3. I can't remember now. I thought there was 3, but I could be wrong.
2, 3. What's the difference?
It doesn't matter. We had a lot of
But
fun.
I had fun and watching these guys. It was just tough. I mean, it really was tough on some of the drivers out there, I'm sure. But guess we'll go ahead and run down this finishing order there, English.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that as Davey Hendricks, no surprise, very dominant again tonight. Started on the pole and completed the job, finishing your race winner in first position. The 81 of Davey Hendricks, your winner tonight at Charlotte Motor Speedway. The 35 of Ethan Flanagan put up a pretty good fight. Said he had a pretty terrible car out there, maybe fighting the setup a little bit, but able to salvage a number 2. Greg Klein in the 92 Ford Mustang, representing Fat Guy's Burger Bar, and of course tonight honoring his brother RC with a third place finish tonight. Buck, one of those guys on YouTube, saying, hearts going out to the Klein family from the Chicken Man's fans. So good thing to see. iRacing is one of these communities, and Midwest Days of Thunder is one of those families that everybody kind of looks out for each other, and we're all there to support one another. So good job tonight, Greg, representing not just Fat Guys, but your brother RC. And just a little PSA for all you guys out there, go ahead and, if you're between the ages of 45 and 50, schedule a colonoscopy and, be honest with your doctor about what's going on with you. It's preventable. It doesn't have to end tragically. Modern medicine has come a long way, so our hearts are with you, Greg, and your family. The number 6 of Tony Fry finishing in 4th after starting way back in 11th place. So the number 6 Viagra machine, charging hard out there, finishing in 4th. The 113 of Eric Warman. We heard Davey talk a little bit about Warman, and Alan Brown talked a little bit about Warman over there on YouTube. That's one of the guys to watch. One of your consistent cats. It's just a matter of time before Eric gets out there and really makes his mark and does things that he expects to do here in the Xfinity series. Finishing in 5th place tonight, so good job, Eric. 6th place will go to the 32 of Michael Giberson. Never give up. Michael Giberson was out there. started in 16th place, up 10 spots to finish in 6th. Mike Simone in the 27 North-South driver finishes in 7th place, the last car on the lead lap. Tim Harmon in the 73 Angry Idiot Machine, your first car 1 lap down, finishing in 8th place. The 31 of Alan Slider Dixon, down 5 laps, but stuck it out, stayed with it, finished 9th, snagged a top 10. So good job out there, Alan. And the number 7 of Thomas Stanley, 21 laps down, a lot of damage to the 7 tonight. Tommy thought he'd finish way back in last place, but able to snag a top 10 tonight. So way to stay with it. Thomas Stanley, your last car in the top 10.
56, Joe Archer, Chicken Man. Our sponsor, 11th. 24, Francisco Villarreal, ended up 12th. He had some damage. Number 1, Jason Ricketts, the same. 85 of Stephen Davis, ended up 14th. The 98 of Isaac Degner, 15th. 96 Super Seal Racing Derek Schimmel, 16th. 69 of Michael Gerby was 17th. And first car that we lost was the 88 of Rob Nickel, finished this thing in 18th place.
Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight on a Monday night. There's nothing better than racing under the lights, and one of the best places to do it is right here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. So, for myself, Alan English, and Gary Sack up here in the booth and running the control board, and for Adam Turner down there on pit road. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, everyone out there in YouTube land, for watching this broadcast and supporting it. And we'll see you next time. And with that, we go.
See ya.
Adios.